Evening, people, evening. Hold on, that's not working. Is that working? Can you not hear me? I've got two microphones running. No idea what's going on. I managed to delete my own stream folder the other day, so please tell me if you're listening that you can hear me okay. Obviously, I'm doing the stream, so I can't. But we're back tonight. Well, I'm back tonight, first time. We are around already into this league. We're back with the DK10 Sim Community, or the DMK Mini 65 League, the MrBean Trophy League running tonight. So we're in the old school minis, back on a Monday night with some minis though. We like a bit of mini Mondays. As again, we're already a week into this one. I was only last week, so missed round one unfortunately. So hold on, a few people joining. So yeah, it's a new one to me. Again, we've already a week in. So here's the points so far. We've got Treviso leading the way with 57 points. Iceman Aldo with 51 points in second. Janio third with 44 points. RCMBE2 also with 44 points. Joint third with Janio. Bajonski, there's a name we've not seen for a while in a mini. 35 points for fifth. DMK Chalk 12. He's got 34 points on board. Sven Mode's in 7th with 33 points, and Dazzler 67 with 26 points on board. 8 drivers then. So we were just waiting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we've got all drivers in. We were waiting for a couple of drivers, but I think they're in. Again, please tell me if you can hear this coming through. Let me just put that in the chat as well in case you can't. This is where somebody's already typing. Of course we can hear you, idiot. Stop typing, you muppet. Right, so that's points up until now. Again, qualifying about to start. So t-shirts and stickers still available, people. Hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com if you want any of those. If not, don't bother. Yeah, I managed to delete my own stream folder the other night when I was clearing it out. And, come on. And, I don't know whether all my sound's back as it should be, so please tell me if you're listening, whether you can hear me okay or not. Thanks. So, back. I don't know where we were last week, but tonight we're at Brands Hatch. We've got the short course tonight, which means we cut off just as we hit Surtees and fire ourselves round McLaren instead of up Pilgrim's Drop and round the back of the circuit. So they already started qualifying. Let's just get some nonsense on. 2 minutes in, it's looking like they are. Like I say, all drivers had hit the lobby. Look at these old school minis. Treviso then, and the little red Blammer 100 Tony car livery on. We can hear you. Minis! Yes, P. Gibb, get yourselves in. Why aren't you racing in this? You should be in Chalky. Actual MrBean colours. Here he runs himself wide. Tricky circuit, this Brands Hatch circuit, as you can see off camera as you come round turn 1, heading towards the sand, and he's all over the place here. Drivers changing position. Dazzler just coming through to take a pole spot. He's got himself a 1 minute 0.3, the little shiny blue one. QP Gibb anyway. Treviso second at the minute, then Chalk in third. He's not set a time actually yet. A little purple noggin going on though, so it's looking quick for him. Let me pull up the info for this one. I don't know how long qualifying is. I assume 10, maybe 15 minutes. Chalk does go quickest then. Oh no, it's not. Treviso's having it 58.3. Time to get knocked down. So we've got a little qualifying, then we've got 3 races tonight. Race 1 is 20 minutes, race 2 is 15 minutes, race 3 is 10 minutes. Johnski going sideways. Treviso first at the minute, Chalk second. It's difficult to keep up with the lap times. They're crossing the line so quickly. That's the third. Joycey into fourth. This is where he changes and gets top spot, isn't it? No, not with a right 3. No, stays in fourth for the time being. VQS NM1M. That doesn't look like a name I've read out on the scoreboards. He sticks a pole sitting lap in though. Have some of that. 57.8. Again, these lap times are falling. Treviso now second, Chalk third, Dazzler 67 fourth, fifth. Podjanski's just come through to take third. Great big spoiler hanging off the back of that thing. Does it help? I don't know. Chalk goes into the sand, and these 3 having a punch up in qualifying. Treviso sideways into Druids. This is going to be an interesting fight here. No tyre wear or fuel consumption on, I don't think. Come on boys, it's qualifying. It's supposed to be setting fast lap time. It's supposed to be looking to try and beat VQS. What's this gremlin thing, Johnski? What's that all about? Let me know in the chat. Dazzle them fourth, Joycey fifth, RCMB sixth, Janio seventh, Aldo in the pits. Chalky now in the pits, Sven in the pits. Not seen a lap time from Sven yet. So yeah, no fuel tyres on in qualifying. I don't know what drivers are entering the pits unless they've picked up damage, but I can imagine damage is not on either. Very wide through there. Again, difficult corner, just sand everywhere here. Let's do a little bit of an onboard lap. So, start finish line into Paddock Hill Bend off camber as we run down here. Just wants to push you out wide into that sand. You see, is it Chalky going there? He's into that one. Up the hill then into Druids. This is where we saw the 3 battling it out qualifying. Hill then into Graham Hill Bend. Another tricky one. Use as much curbs as possible through here. There we go. RCMB2 showing exactly how it should be done. So just as we hit 30s, we steer completely the opposite way and go into McLaren. So we would have steered full left up there. Instead we hang this little right and go into Clark curve just at the end of this lap and then back onto this start finish straight. Boom, fourth position, 8-7. Yeah, it's going to be a good little punch up in these minis, I can imagine. It is still VQS NM1. Wow. CMB fired himself into Druids then. VQS NM1M is still leading the way as he just runs himself off circuit, coming through Paddock Hill. Sticks himself back in the pits, 7 minutes into qualifying. Johnski sits on top. That's only because VQS NM1M has gone in the pits. You're going to have to change your name. I'm not saying that for the rest of the season. I'm just going to be VQS from now on. Unless I want to play the name. Chalk then. So again, until VQS comes back out, it is going to be Podjanski on pole, Janio second. Again, that will change. So you'll have seen a lot of these names before. Janio, Podjanski. We've got RCMB2, DMK Chalk, Joycey, Dazzler 67. I think we've seen you before. Aldo, we've seen for sure. I've seen though, don't know who Num is. I don't think we've seen you before, Sven, possibly, but I don't remember if we have. Anime stolen or created yourself, Janie? Racing me cool. Sven out in the beta. Found in a barn somewhere. No, that's not the way. That'll be qualifying over then. What's this now qualifying? What's going on? SC broadcast here. Alright, thank you very much. Is this qualifying now? Are we still waiting for drivers? What was the whole? Is this now qualifying? I know you said you're having a little bit of a wait, but I thought we had all drivers in the room. Was on the softs. If it's no fuel and tyre wear, I can imagine you just stick racing softs on. Why would you want to put the slower tyre on? I don't know whether this is, I mean, they're blabbing like they're racing, but see them assumed qualifying. To qualify, we reset the lobby, but again, I think we were just waiting for a couple of drivers to enter the room. So what else have we got then? Nobody else. We've already been through everyone. That's the couple of drivers we caught in the pits right at the end of that other qualifying session. Spaczynski up front at the minute. Yeah, it is qualifying because Treviso got past him, but the positions haven't changed till they crossed the line, so it is qualifying. EQS num retakes that pole then from the previous pole. Some drivers do that. Some drivers come in the pits and stick a set of mediums on, scare everyone else. So VQS, why have you decided to do a hot lap and then stick yourself in the pits? You're only allowed to come out when someone beats that. What's the score there? Oh, Treviso in second. He's thrown himself in the pits. Half a second penalty anyway. Janio third currently then. Window. That's like in fifth in the shiny blue one. Sven in the rust bucket. He's currently in sixth at 58. Well, he's just moved up the field into fourth, 58.8. VQS in the pits. Treviso back in the pits as well. Not sure what those two are doing. Circuit can be a little bit of a handful. Travelling that fast, but they're so old and, you know, very, very industrial era suspension, sort of technological era, independent stuff. It is only just the start of independent suspension on these things. Solid rear axle on the minis, I don't even know, I couldn't tell you. Never been underneath one. VQS VQS still sitting in the pits then. Treviso back out on track, still defending that second position. Looking to beat VQS at least. Catch up, there he is. Janio in third then. Sven Monster in fourth. Side of Aldo, just coming to the end of this lap. Aldo's running himself off circuit anyway. RCMBE2 in fifth. Dazzler sixth. In Dazzler seventh now. He's just gone through Janio. He's gone through to take pole. What's he stuck in? 57.8 at the minute. I'm sure VQS will come back out of the pits for that. 25.5 minutes into qualifying. George Carts back, probably. Don't remember. I remember George Carts. I do remember George Carts. Don't remember where from, but I remember George Carts from the chat. I've ever seen you on track, have I? I don't know. Nudged down to 8th, and Pajonsky nudged down to 9th. 58.7 on the board for him. Still only good enough for 9th. It's a short track, but what is there? 1.4 seconds between first and last currently. Just 0.6 between 9th and first. Very close. Again, the minis it's bop-on, so there's no tuning. Change the wheels and make them look pretty, or not in the case of Sven. Make it look as ugly as possible. Change the fact of how fast it runs. You can see, who's that? Is it Pajonsky? He's got a great big spoiler on the boot of his. I don't know whether that's going to give him any extras here. It's not helping him at the minute. Currently 8th, probably slowing him down. Don't forget about the Wednesday races, but you can watch it. No problem. Then Joycey in 10th, Janio from pole position into the sand. Treviso comes through to take that top spot off him though. What did he put in? 57.788. 10th, quicker than Janio's fastest. VQS still hasn't come out of the pits. Janio's second now then. Again, just a 10th back. Happy with that. Pushing it then through Hill. Still in the pits. Chalky then 4th. Handed by Treviso in that first position currently. Again, this is only qualifying. As much circuit as possible through there. Stay with Chalk then. Let's see what he puts in. It's the 1965's old school MrBean Minis. Chalky stays 4th then, 58.1 he put in. Sven gets nudged down to 5th then. Pajonsky slowly chopping away at these times. He goes in 9th, he's up to 6th. 58.3 on board for him, his fastest currently. RCMBE gets nudged down to 7th. He's got a little penalty to get rid of as well. That's for 8th. So falls a little further down. Aldo 9th. Joycey still in 10th. Yes. Is it 65? It is the 65 minutes. Did I say 69? Well, there you go. Treviso going for a run. Gets a little bit of a toe off chalk out of Clark Curve. Sticks in a pole, sits up. A little bit quicker again. What's it? Sorry, 0:57.723. 10 is quicker than Janio now then. They are, if you're not 6'5", like me, I've driven one. then. Nudges Chalk down to 5th again. Joycey. Tripple's just trying to stay out of the way of these lot, but or whether Jones can give him a wallop, I don't know. Jones got a bit of a penalty for that, though. Not sure whether it went off circuit or not. Yeah, Joycey in the background, all over the place he was. Back on circuit now. Throwing himself in the pits, up to the pit wall. Drive-through, gets himself a half a second penalty for the trouble as well. Smashing on the wall on the way through, I think. There we go then. Qualifying done. Just waiting for everyone to cross the line. Treviso getting a little sneaky practice starting then. Doesn't hold that pole position. Janio second. Staying in the pits, he's going to stay 3rd. Sven's 4th. DMK Chalk in 5th. Aldo 6th. He managed to make a quick lap at the end then. 58.1, he stuck in. Johnski get pushed down to 7th. He had a penalty to lose as well. MBE in 8th. Dazzler in 9th. And Joycey 10th. Also with a penalty. Was VQS playing at them? Obviously a fast driver, sticking in pole sitting laps, but I think he only put one in. Threw himself back in the pits. Janio had a little look as well. Not this week though. Treviso take the pole tonight. No problem, George. No problem at all. Stick a like if you don't mind. Cheers. Thanks. Who is VQS and num? Like I say, I don't think he was on the scoreboard when I read out the names earlier. Let me go back and have a look. Let's have a look. Who are you? Yeah, you see, that doesn't help me about one little bit, does it? So, read out 8 drivers in the score sheet, but there's 10 drivers on track. So we have got VQS num. Who's the other driver? CMB Chalky for Dazzler. It's Joycey. 2 extra drivers tonight then. No problem, mate. No problem. See you later, George. Yeah, 2 new drivers. Well, I assume 2 new drivers. Joycey and BQS not on the score sheet. So again, 3 races, first one of 20 minutes. Let's get ourselves in so I don't miss the start. That's not what I'm meant to be doing. Come on. You'd think I know what I was doing by now, wouldn't you? There we go. So Treviso on pole then. 20-minute race coming up. No lights. They are away though. Drivers peeling across the track, looking for those lines, looking for the slipstream. It's going to be Treviso that holds that P1 into turn 1. He's on pad as well, actually, Treviso. A little jinky around turn 1. Tiny bit of contact between Joycey and who's that? Dazzler at the back. Here's Treviso into Druids. Sven, where are you going? Just misses out Druids completely. Janio into second, then Sven, I don't even know what that manoeuvre was called, into third. Oh, goes wide through there. Aldo up into third, then taking all sorts of lines here. Sven clean the rust off the windscreen, maybe. great start. VQS, here he is. Looking good at the inside of Pajonsky, having a little look at the inside of Sven as well. Shiny Gold Mini versus the Rust Bucket. Great big spoiler on the back of that thing. Look at that, what a monster. It's Treviso that still leads. Top two have pulled a massive great gap. Janio's right in a slipstream, 0.3 of a second. End of lap one, these two have pulled a great big gap. Oh, Treviso taking shortcuts through there. He's got to be careful. Don't know if penalties are on or not, but mistakes like that will cost you. Top two then pulling away. Aldo goes firing into Druids. He disappears out the back end of Druids. That gives VQS a little look around the outside. Oh, sorry, wrong way. Aldo holds on to it though. VQS has a look on the way out of there though. Gets himself at the inside of DMK as it just hit 30s. As DMK, Aldo hold that line. McLaren's. VQS fires himself around the outside. Great bit of driving from VQS. Can he hunt down those top two though? They are nearly 3 seconds ahead of him. Aldo into fourth, then RCMBE into fifth. Pajonsky in sixth. Side with RCMBE there. At the inside line into Paddock Hill. Just backs off RCMBE, gives Pajonsky the spot. Unfortunately, that slowed him down a little bit. That's given Chalky a little look from the inside into Druids. He also gets the... doesn't get the position off RCMBE. He's held the line down into Graham Hill Bend. Holds into that sixth. Chalky 7th then. Joycey in 8th. Rust Bucket in 9th of Sven. He's had all sorts of lines through here. It's because Dazzler. Long way back, 7.2 seconds for Dazzler. Long way back from the pack in front. Top two start to break up a little bit now then. Treviso 1.3 seconds ahead of Janio. Out of that slipstream range. VQS is bringing that time down as well. Down to 2 seconds already. Is that wing helping him? It's got to be cheat mode, that has. Aldo 4th. He's being chased down by Pajonsky. Tyres squeal and screech. Nobody off circuit. Just going a bit hot into Druids, I think. 1 or 2 of these drivers. VQS chasing down. Losing the tail end of that Mini coming through Graham Hill in VQS. Closing the gap on Janio in front. Aldo holding on to that 4th then. Pajonsky still on his tail. CMBE still a threat from Chalky behind as well. Battle mid-pack at the minute. Front three are going to get a bit tasty soon. I say that as Treviso starts disappearing off the road. 2.2 seconds out front now. Janio unable to hang with him. That gap between himself and VQS coming down lap after lap as well is down to 1.5 seconds. BGW on the back of VQS's car must be doing something. Still under pressure from Pajonsky. RCMBE again still under pressure from Chalk. Nowhere for him to get through. Nobody able to get a good enough run on anybody else to make a move down this start-finish straight either. Board with Chalk, then chasing down RCMBE in 6th. Battling between Pajonsky and Aldo. Himself wide, still unable to close this gap, make any kind of move here is Chalk. Everybody able to keep time to these apexes. Closes up again then Chalk, down towards Surtees into McLaren's. On the way in here, does that help him out? Really? Still about half a second behind him. Oh, Treviso runs himself off through Paddock Hill. Jania comes firing through there, and VQS has done the same thing. Manages to get it back on track, though, pretty blimmin' quickly. Oof! Oh, RCMBE goes off the track there as well. Oh my god, it's all kicking off here in lap 7. Jania then takes race lead. He's got 3.2 seconds. Again, the two drivers anywhere close to him both ran themselves off circuit. He's got 3.3 seconds lead over VQS now. VQS is being tailed by Kajonski, who's managed to get himself past Aldo finally. So into third, then Aldo fourth. Treviso gets himself back on circuit in 5th position. A bit of work for him to do then. Chalk also hanging on to that one, just getting into a little bit of mayhem with RCMBE through Paddock Hill. Ended up going sideways, almost taking out Chalk, but took the position down 5.6 seconds as well. He'll be upset with that. Joycey then 8th. He's under threat from Dazzler. Oh, Dazzler comes firing through there. Joycey leaving the door wide open. Sven has made another mistake. Don't know how that car, obviously being as rusty it is, it's probably lighter than anything else on circuit. Not as aerodynamic. He has a look at the inside of Joycey into turn 1. Joycey, he holds on to it. It wasn't a block, that was just hanging on for dear life, getting himself in front of Sven, taking all the lines through there. Then Joycey trying to defend. Sven's carried the speed through though. He's going to get him before Graham Hill Bend. Gets himself into 9th, leaving a trail of rust behind him. Where are you going, Joycey? That is not the line. That's the line. Stay there. Jania then extends his lead out front. Warrior 3.6 seconds ahead of VQS then. Oh, Treviso's done it again. He's run himself off through Paddock Hill Bend. He's dropped himself all the way down to 6th position. He's running slow as well. RCMBE coming up the hill behind him pretty quickly. Let's just see, does he hold on to that? No, he doesn't. Drops himself to 7th then, Treviso from the lead of the race. Then lap 7 seems to have changed things right up. Janio then lost a little bit of time up front. VQS has found 0.3 of a second over him. Nearly at the halfway point. Again, no fuel or tyres, so pit stop's not an option here. Straight around 20 minutes long to the line. Kajonski then 3rd. He's now got a bit of breathing room behind him. He's got 1.8 seconds back to Aldo. Aldo's now got a mirror full of chalk. Himself. I'm surprised there's not a chair strapped to the top of that thing. RCMBE2 then holds on to 6th. Treviso carries far too much speed through that corner. He's still at 7th. Not managed to get himself back past RCMBE2 yet. Again, I can imagine he's driving pretty hard in that little Mini now. So just firing himself past Joycey. Sven on his tail, 2.5 seconds back. Joycey falls a little bit further down, unfortunately, 4.4 seconds. But only halfway through, we've seen that Joycey's managed to make up a couple of positions. Whether that's due to the drivers in front making mistakes or not, I don't know. Mini. So VQS is pushing 2.8 seconds. That gap has fallen to 0.4 of a second that VQS has found. Kaczynski's pulled a little bit more time over Aldo, 2.7 behind VQS. I don't know whether that gap's changed or not. Keep an eye on that front now, though, 2.7. Okay. Breaks away from chalk in somebody's rear mirror for most of the race. RCMBE2 still holding on to the 6. Treviso's got himself back on the tail of RCMBE2. RCMBE2 gone wide there. Maybe a little bit. Treviso carrying a bit more speed out of that corner. Not going to be able to make the move into turn 1 though, I don't think. Druids trying to carry that speed again. Little tyres on the Mini, don't like going around corners, do they? Gets himself right on the rear end of RCMBE2 then into Graham Hill. Can he get a run into Surtees? Neck down here, these little Minis. To Surtees we go then, McLaren to the right. Nose up the inside of RCMBE2. Can he get a run down the start-finish straight? He's got a tighter line. He's allowed to carry more speed out. He's closing the gap now. To the right-hand side. He's got the inside line into turn 1. How brave is RCMBE2? Not that brave. He's allowed Treviso to get through. I think it was hard push to defend from that. He was carrying a lot of speed through there. But those few mistakes have cost him an awful lot of positions. As I say, he was leading this race, got pole qualifying, led from the front, just binned it in lap 7 through Paddock Hill. Himself back on circuit in, was it 5th or 4th, but then binned it again, unfortunately. Now 6.3 back from Chalk, who's in 5th. He's got himself back on the tail of Aldo, actually, in 4th. Lost time to VQS in front. VQS not managed to make up any more time on Janio. Janio's holding that 3.4 second gap. 7 minutes remaining. VQS in second. Oh, is that Pochonsky going a little bit wide? It was. He's run himself on the sand. Chalk goes through. Aldo has a little look side by side through Druids. Pochonsky's going to hold on to that one. Carrying more speed into Druids. Just defends on the way in. Gets that 4th. He's still in the fight with Chalk here as well. Again, Aldo's not out of it. And on the rear end, Pochonsky has to go defensive. Has to. Again here, just closing those doors. He knows Aldo's almost pushing around these corners. There's a little bit of the door open there, but not enough for Aldo to get his nose up the inside. Desperately seeking the slipstream of Chalk in front. Aldo closes up a little bit as they come to turn 1, but it's not going to be enough. He's carried too much speed through. Who's forgotten about the slipstream? Nobody. They've got the braking points right. Aldo has a little look up the inside into Druids. Between these 3, I know these Minis are usually good fun. But this has just allowed the top 2 to escape a little bit. They're now 8.3 seconds ahead. That's the gap between 2nd and 3rd. And if we jump to the gap between 1st and 2nd, oh, he's lost a bit of time. 2.3 seconds mistake kicked in then for Janio. Nearly 15 minutes into this first 20-minute race. Can he hold this lead? 2.3 seconds over VQS, visibly closer now. You can see him in his rear view mirror. That gap between 2nd and 3rd though, 8.3 seconds. Chalk actually got a little bit of gap between himself and Pochonsky. Have to break the toe between these 3. Races to gain a toe. Treviso then up into 6. We saw that earlier. RCMBE still pressuring him for that position back though. To 8th, he's got himself past Dazzler. Dazzler in 9th, 8.3 back from Sven. Joycey just 5.4 back from Dazzler. Again, it takes a little bit of a mistake around one of these corners, as you can see. Get yourself on that sand, it costs you a few positions, an awful lot of time. Positions can be had here. Oh, another mistake from Janio. That time comes down again, 1.8 seconds. Piling the pressure on now, VQS. Where's he making up the time? Where is he making up the time? Is it just little mistakes on board for Janio? Down to 1.6. 4 minutes. Can he defend that time for the next 4 minutes? Down again, 1.4 seconds. 1.3, it's a tenth every now and then. A couple of corners down to 1.2. Janio must be sweating behind the wheel of that Mini in first place. 3 minutes, just over. Fastest lap there for VQS as well, just to pile that pressure on Janio a little bit more. Still 1.2. 3 minutes remaining then. That's 3 laps then, and then pretty much. Plus this one. The purple sector from VQS, gap down to a second. Nobody putting any pressure on behind him. He's got himself back past Bajonski into 4th, Bajonski 5th now. CMBE's got himself back in front of Treviso as well. Get off here in these last couple of laps then. Janio can hang on to this lead. 3/4 of a second in the slipstream range now then, VQS. Paddock Hill to Druids, still at 0.7 of a second between these two. Drivers getting a little bit sideways through there. The purple sector down to 0.6. There they are, literally bumper to bumper, they may as well be. Comfortably in third, 2.1 seconds back to Aldo. He's just got himself back past Bajonski. 4th and 5th respectively. RCMBE2 then back up into 6th. Big gap back to Treviso. Has he thrown himself off again at Paddock Hill? 7.2 seconds down. Sven then 13 seconds behind him in 8th. Dazzler another 6.5 seconds down. Time actually coming out pretty quickly. Joycey 8.9 back in 10th. But the fight up front continues. Janio still leads, just 0.4 in it. Got a minute on the race clock. They've got this lap to finish as well. Janio's got some serious defending to do now. Gap 0.4 through Graham Hill down towards Surtees. Camera. A little bit more VQS. They're coming up onto some back markers as well. Gotta be careful. So the final lap coming up then. 19 minutes and 22. VQS goes for a little bit of a tighter line through the final corner. Doesn't get him down any quicker. Gap's still at 0.4 as they cross the line. Second place now or never for VQS. Still at 0.4 to Druids. Both drivers keeping it planted firmly, all 4 wheels on the deck, nobody side in the rear end at this time. Another purple sector carrying good speed through here as well. VQS closes the gap on Janio. Sweeps his way up the inside down towards Surtees. Can he hold it? He gets himself past in the last couple of corners. Janio's had a little look back into Clark Curve. Is it going to be enough? It is. VQS, I think, has pulled a blinder here. Last few laps just squeeze that time out of Janio. Takes the win. Janio, well fought, my friend. But VQS just too much for you. Takes a second, then Chalk, he's going to come home in 3rd position. He'll be overjoyed with that as well. It's rolling in about 5th or 6th. Aldo here takes 4th. Pajonski takes 5th. RC MBE closed that gap up as well. Took 6th position. Really having a go in the last few laps. Treviso 7th. What a dreadful first race he had. Leading. Got pole. Sven in 8th. We've got Dazzle at 9th and Joycey 10th. There they are, official results. Oh, by the skin of his teeth, VQS right at the end. Just getting such a good exit out of Graham Hill Bend that Janio literally couldn't do anything unless he'd have, I don't know, Fred Flintstoned it. But even then, VQS just carrying too much speed. Chalky taking 3rd, then Aldo 4th. Pajonski in, Podronsky now. Podronsky, I hadn't noticed. Not Pajonski. Well, you're still Pajonski, that's what you're going to be. It takes 5th, RC MBE to 6th, Treviso, Paddock Hill Bend. That's a corner he doesn't like, so he takes 7th. Sven takes 8th, we've got Dazzle at 9th and Joycey in 10th. And there we go, results from race 1 here tonight then. So again, we've got 2 more races coming up. What have we got, a 15 minute and a 10 minute? Let me just, yep, race 2 is 10 minutes. Race 3 is... race 2 is 15 minutes, race 3 is 10 minutes. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong pictures. What do I need to know? Is it reverse grid for every race? Oh, okay. Here we go. There's a bit of information I should have read out at the start, shouldn't I? That probably make a bit of difference. So, race 1, they have to use soft tyres. Race 2, they have to use medium tyres. Race 3, they have to use hard tyres. I should have read that out earlier. Yeah. So we have missed week 1 again. This is week 2 of this league. Week 1 was at Goodwood, but I was only asked last week, so wasn't able to make race 1. Right, let's get myself in so we don't miss race 2. So I assume it's reverse grid for race 2 and race 3. That's what it says here. I mean, race times have changed. It was going to be 3 50-minute races, but they've switched it up to the 20-minute, 15-minute, 10-minute format. It's still the same amount of time. 10-minute qualifying, and again, that option for tyres. Race 1 has to be on softs, race 2 mediums, race 3 is on hards. Tracks for the season, is it just the 1, 2, 3? Is it just this 5 weeks? Is that all it is up until Christmas, I assume? So Goodwood was last week. Obviously we're here this week at Brands Hatch Indy, the short course, with Suzuka Indy next week, again the short course. We're at Big Willow for week 4 and Sardegna Road Track C reverse, or C2 reverse, for week 5. That's tracks. Again, I don't know how much of a break they have in between races. Drivers already leaving the pits, so getting a little bit of practice in, or races not far off and starting. There you go, yeah, reverse grid for each race. There we go, just confirmed in the YouTube chat. Thank you. What I'm going to do, which will probably get turned off the second the race starts, so I'm going to put the nonsense on now. Let's see if it works. PlayStation. When are you going to give me a helicopter shot button I can just chase cars around the track with? That's what I need. Helicopter button. That makes for some awesome camera. To follow races from above, you know, if there's a couple of drivers at it, and then the camera switching, you can just follow around one whole lap from one whole camera, seeing the whole thing. Hashtag do it, PlayStation. So keeping on chalk because he's rocking the MrBean livery, the bright green mini livery. This is the MrBean Trophy League after all. was Treviso. It was Treviso leading the championship. Whether he is now or not, let's just have a look at points. VQS, new driver. Oh no, yeah, VQS then. He's kind of thrown himself in the mix with maximum points for race 1. So probably the same for race 2, race 3. So the next over amount of points on board. So, no, it could still be Treviso in the lead at the minute after race 1. See though, if it's not race 2, it could be that championship lead gone. Certainly if it's a bad race 3 as well. Obviously getting on very well with Goodwood last week. He took maximum points there, almost, so first and third, I assume that is. Fastest lap as well. 57 points on board for Treviso. Again, having the best of races here at Brands Hatch in race 1, firing himself off on this very corner. A couple of times actually. Shout in the lobby chat then, that's usually an indication that race 2 is about to, or the next race is about to start. So VQS will start from the back of the pack. Janio in front of him. Can these two make their way through the field, get themselves back up front for race 2? So Dazzler. Joycey. Missing a Joycey. It's Dazzler who's going to lead us about. It should be Joycey, but he's not in the lobby, I don't think. Okay, Dazzler it is. Sven in second, then Treviso third. Again with that terrible race 1. Can he make the best of it though? He's got a good start. Already looking around the outside of Sven into turn 1. Again, this is his sort of nemesis corner. Speed off the line though this time. It is going to be Dazzler that leads us into Druids, although Pajonski's having a little look on the inside. Keep up camera, I don't know where you're going. Pajonski having a little look on the inside of Sven there, has another little look on the way into Graham Hill. It's not worked out. So Dazzler leads Treviso into second position. He's got himself past Sven then. Again, can he make the most of it? Great race 1, got himself pole position, but then threw himself off circuit a couple of times, gets himself past Dazzler then into the lead of the race. It's only it's a shorter 15-minute race here as well. Again on the medium tyres, Dazzler comes back around the outside though through the curve. So right on his tail as well. This is where cars carry far too much speed around that turn 1. Everyone getting through there cleanly. So Treviso then leads, Dazzler second, Sven third. VQS is finding some kind of pace. We've got to get a big win off this. There's got a G in that. Punch up with Pajonski at the minute, but it is Pajonski that just holds on to that one. VQS keeps himself right behind him for 5th. RCMBE2 is still right there for 6th. Aldo pushing him along in 7th. Chalky in 8th. Janio 9th. So yeah, unfortunately missing Joycey from race 2 here. Getting a bit of a wobble on through McLaren. Aldo's not in a great corner there either. Both drivers making a bit of a mistake, allowing Janio through into 7th. So back up from then, Treviso leads 0.6 of a second. Dazzler second, Sven third. Through there cleanly this time as well. Pajonski 4th, VQS in 5th. VQS had a little look at the inside of Pajonsky, gets the position. Sven's not carried good speed out of there either. He's under threat from all sides here. He's got Pajonsky one side and VQS the other. VQS just a little bit of a door banging with Sven, not realising Pajonsky's on the other side. Pajonsky gets him nudged off circuit. RCMBE through 3-2 even comes through to take that position. It was nearly RCMBE 3. Pajonsky now 6, Janio 7th then, making his way past these two on that final corner. And these two have a bit of a bunch up for 8th and 9th as well. Still nicely packed bunch here, apart from this man Treviso, who's managed to pull a little bit of a gap actually, 1.1 seconds over Dazzler. A mirror full of that gold VQS Mini, who throws himself up the inside into Druids as well. He's got to move on Dazzler. Can Dazzler keep the speed on the way out? Yes he can. He's going to have the run down into Graham Hill Bend. VQS still piling the pressure on here though. Wants to get himself out front early on. Seems to get a good exit out of Graham Hill as well. Gets himself side by side with Dazzler on the exit and does take that position. Dazzler not able to keep a wing on the inside of VQS's car. So into second then for VQS, Dazzler third, RCMBE fourth. Pajonsky not holding fifth. Janio's managed to get his way past. Janio fifth and Pajonsky sixth, and Sven seventh. Chalk in 8th, Aldo in 9th. Not sure what happened to Joycey, but not here in race 2. Ooh, Treviso. Ooh, everyone risking it for a biscuit through there. He still holds the lead though, 1.9 seconds Treviso. VQS do the same as he did in race 1 here. Close that gap up. Just sticking to it the last 3 corners. Third then RCMBE fourth. Nice little train of drivers here. There's RCMBE, Janio, Pajonsky, Sven, Chalky and Aldo pretty close. Third of the way through already then, 1.6 seconds out front for Treviso. Can VQS make that gap come down? Yes, 1.5. Purple sectors, purple lap. Finding the time then, VQS. Dazzler ran a bit wide through there. RCMBE comes through. Janio has a little look at the inside as well. Bit pushy through Druids, but gets the position. To third then, RCMBE's going to hold the line through Graham Hill as well. He's going to take fourth. Dazzler gets pushed down to 5th. Pajonsky has ran himself off second on that Paddock Hill bend as well, so he's himself a little bit closer to Sven and Chalk. Though falls off the back of this fight a little bit, 1.1 seconds down, so just out of that slipstream range at the minute for him. Still coming down slowly then, 1.4 seconds for VQS. He does seem to make a lot of time around the back half of this circuit. Hill, Surtees and McLaren. Going down to 1.2 now, so bringing that time down rapidly. Oof, a bit of a wobble there for Treviso. Oh, that's cost him dearly. That gap down to 1 second then. Let's get ourselves on board with VQS. Another. As he chases down that top spot. 0.9 second. This is kind of where he seems to make his time, although he seems to have made up time all over the place on Treviso on this circuit. There's a little bit of a wobble on as well. Treviso goes very wide on the exit. The 10th that lead. Third place is no consequence at the minute, 2.6 seconds behind. He's got his own problems. He's got RCMBE 2, Dazzler, Sven, Pajonsky all looking for positions off of him. Feather in the throttle through Paddock Hill, doesn't want to send it into the sand there. Down to 3/4 of a second between these two. Sideways again for Treviso. A little bit of a wobble there for BQS as well. Cost them both a little bit of time, but it cost Treviso more. likes those curves on the way into this set of corners. Treviso gets a little wobble on through there. It's in there. Over the halfway mark, still let's try and bring this time down. Let's go and have a look at what else is going on this circuit. So Janio pulled a little bit of a gap in third. He's got 0.7 of a second on RCMBE2. Not out of the woods yet though. Sven up into fifth. Dazzler in sixth. Jansky falls a little bit further back. 1.3 seconds down in seventh. In eighth. Chalky now ninth. Mistake from Chalky. To get past that, actually not too far off the back of Jansky, just 1.3 seconds, still out of that slipstream range. Only just noticed his license plate actually, SC07, Scotland. Oh, we missed it. VQS fired himself past Treviso, unless there was a mistake from Treviso somewhere. There wasn't anything in it really between these two. Into the lead of race 2 here. Treviso has a little look back into turn 1. Does he carry too much speed though? Almost. No. Keeps it on circuit. Retakes that top spot off of VQS. Sticks it through Druids. VQS all over the back of him. Treviso is going to have to go defensive. Again as we hit 30s. Nowhere for him to go through there. Treviso holding that tight line as well. VQS now going for the faster outside line. They come just a 0.2 of a second. Not carrying as much speed as Treviso. You can see Treviso just pulling away a little bit as they hit that start-finish line. Towards turn 1 then. I've seen Treviso get this one terribly wrong in race 1. Keeps it on circuit this lap as well. Half a second again. A good corner from VQS. A little bit of a wobble again from Treviso in front, but still half a second in it. There's Janio in third, 2.6 seconds back. These two in front keep having a little bit of a fight. I mean, they are running out of time, but if they keep fighting, it might allow Janio to close that gap up and drag RCMBE2 in battle as well. Sven then holding fifth, Dazzler 6, Jansky 2 seconds down then. He's got a mirror full of Aldo. His chalk now is full off the back of this fight. 2 seconds down is Treviso still holds the lead then. 11 minutes into this 15-minute race. Treviso gets a wobble on. VQS comes. Oh, come on, get the cameras right. VQS comes through side by side on the exit though. VQS should have a line into Graham Hill, and he just carry an awful lot of speed through this corner as well. Has to take a slightly defensive line through there. That might cost him a little bit of speed. So looking for a way through then into Surtees. Takes a slightly tighter line. VQS will have the line into McLaren though. Tiny bit of door banging between these two. Again, nowhere for Treviso to go. Right on VQS's tail, that was the start-finish straight. Can get a move into turn 1. Not carrying enough speed, I don't think. Is he brave enough to outbrake VQS? Sticks himself back in the slipstream. Drivers pushing it through there, trying to keep it out of the sand and carry as much speed as possible into Druids, then hard on the brakes. Both drivers getting a wobble on through there. Down towards Graham Hill then. Let's see if VQS does pull a great big gap here. Just seems to carry good speed through. Time, the gap's still at 0.5 of a second. 2.5 minutes in then, just 2.5 minutes left to try and hold on to this top spot. VQS gets a wobble on the way into Park Curve. as well. That's going to slow him down a little bit. Carry some good speed out of there though. 0.8 of a second. He's starting to disappear away from Treviso a little bit. Not in danger yet though. And there you go, Janio, that punch up these two been having, has brought himself almost back in the fight. A second behind Treviso now. In the slipstream range, actually, RCMBE2 still just a second behind him as well. We'll still be kicking off here, 2 minutes left in this race. Sven falls a little further back, the gap between himself and Dazzler opens up a little bit as well. Jansky's not been able to close the gap up on Dazzler, and he's still got a mirror full of Aldo. Chalk's not been able to close that gap up either. Oof. Surrendering there, isn't there? VQS then, 1.6 seconds he's now got over Treviso. He's got Super Leger Mini or something. Something's going on. Now then, what can Janio do here now then? So we'll get 2 more laps to have a go at Treviso here. 3/4 of a second behind him. CMBE has fallen back a little bit. Oh, Janio, pushing it through Paddock Hill. Sticks a wheel on the sand. Has that cost him? Really, the gap's still at 0.8. CMBE2 has closed that gap up a little bit though. Treviso falls even further back than VQS. He has done exactly the same thing really, but he's left it until the last couple of laps rather than the last couple of corners, which he did in race 1. 30 seconds, he will cross the line before there, and he will get another lap. Whether everybody else does, I don't know. Treviso will get another lap. He's 2.2 seconds down. Janio then still 0.7 behind him. Doesn't close up enough into turn 1. CMBE through then. Sven gets another lap. Is that everyone through? Yes it is. Everyone gets another lap then. Dazzler through into Podjonsky 7th. To the sand in his final lap. That's allowed Aldo to get past him. Chalk a little bit closer to the fight as well. Just 1.3 seconds behind these boys now. But this man, if it even is a man, it might be a robot. 3 seconds lead. Good race in race 1. Just slowly but surely chop the time down. He's on here for second as well. Janio, can he get the run? He's in the slipstream. Let's go for the slingshot. It's not going to be enough. Treviso is going to take second place. It's a good try by Janio though. So VQS dominated race. Well, I say dominated. He ended up winning race 1. Good race in race 2 as well. Maximum points so far tonight. Treviso takes second. Hard fought. He took it. Janio almost had that right at the end. It takes third. RCMBE comes home for 4th position. Sven in the rust bucket takes 5th. Dazzler 6th, and I'm too late for the others. Podjonsky takes 7th after his little bit of off-roading. Or was it? Sorry, no, I think it was Aldo actually. Let's look at that. It was Aldo. So VQS taking the win again. Race 2. Treviso 2nd, Janio 3rd, RCMBE2 in 4th. We've got Sven in 5th. Dazzler 6th, DMK Aldo in 7th, Podjonsky in 8th, Chalky 9th. And again, we lost Joycey in race 2, so I'm not sure what happened there. We've got another race coming up. So an even shorter 10-minute race, and all drivers have to now be on the hard tyre. So we've had the softs for the 20-minute race, we've had the 15-minute race with the mediums. And now we go to the 10-minute hard tyre. Let me in, damn it. There we go. So another reverse grid. So that puts VQS at the back of the field again. Can he do it for a 3rd time tonight on the hards? If he can, then this is his debut race, I'm assuming. He's not going to be getting practice in Sven in his Superleggera. Look, half his car's missing and he still can't keep up. Nonsense on. Got himself a naughty 3-second penalty, leaving the pit lane too early though. VQS. So yes, he does start from the back of the pack again. Another reverse grid for race 3. A shorter race though, it's literally 10 to 11 laps maximum, I can imagine. Making work on the media, sorry, on the hards. All 3 wins tonight. Race 3 is going to be a push. Have we got all drivers? Yes, we have. Well, except Joycey. As well, a couple of decent results. It's been thrown into chaos at some points in the race when drivers have thrown themselves off and clattered into other drivers, nearly taking them out. It's just positions to swap left, right, and centre. Again, the minis is always fun, regardless of whether it's the new ones or the old ones. It's just, they're not the fastest cars in the world, but there's just something about them. Good to race. Raced in before under the MRC banner. I think it was for a baggy special, I can't remember. It was catch up on, it was slipstream on full, it was everything. It was chaos, absolute chaos. It was minis upside down. No, this game isn't allowed that. But yeah, just get minis upside down. It's on stream somewhere. Shout again then. Looks like we're just about to start race 3. Again, another reverse grid. DMK MrBean Mini Trophy League. Treviso's found his nemesis corner again. Dazzler follows him off. So it's going to be Chalk that leads his way on race 3 then. Pachonsky in 2nd, Aldo 3rd, Dazzler 4th, Sven 5th, RCME 6th, Janio 7th, Treviso in 8th, and VQS in 9th. Strange camera angle on the PlayStation, but you know. Race 3 underway then. Chalk leads us down towards turn 1. Again on the hard tyre for race 3, it's only 10 minutes. Put us at about 11 laps. We might not actually, depending on what times they can do on the hard tyres. Obviously they won't be able to carry as much speed around some of these corners. And I've forgotten that on the run through. Leads us into truth. Then Pachonsky in 2nd, Aldo 3rd. Side by side with Dazzler on the run down to Graham Hill. So who's going to hold that line? That position. 3rd, then Dazzler 4th, Janio 5th. Looking at the inside as they head down towards Surtees before lap 1. Squeezes his way into 4th. He's left the door a little bit open. Dazzler's going to come back at him through there. Gets pushed wide as well. Treviso's having a look at him. Oh no, sorry, it's RCME 2 behind him. Treviso's behind him. VQS has made up a position. Sven's been nudged down to 9th. So back to the front. Pachonsky's found a hole. He's got himself through to top spot. Dazzler 2nd. Oh, Dazzler! Oh, Dazzler, you were nearly off circuit then. Trying to slow himself down a little bit. Trying to take a different line as well. That's allowed Chalk a look up the inside into Druids. Keeps the speed on the way out though. Keeps his nose next to Chalk on the way down to Graham Hill. Side by side on the exit for those two. Bang in between them. Just left the door open for Treviso. And VQS, look at that. Treviso's in VQS especially has found all sorts of time there in space. Whoa. Flank's just been nudged off. Treviso, it was. He's in the pits. We're seeing this one out, Treviso. Piotrowski then up into first, 0.9 of a second over Janio. He's managed to squeeze his way through. Taking all sorts of risks through Paddock Hill. Can he chase down Piotrowski then? VQS up into third position already. RCMBE2 right behind him, but VQS having a great start. Already lap 3, he's into third position. That's like fifth. Chalk in sixth. Aldo in, sorry, Sven in seventh. Aldo eighth. Yeah, Treviso sitting out this race by the looks of it then. Not happy about getting pushed off in that final corner. Again, difficult to close up in this short race. 3 minutes in already. Piotrowski leading. Janio is closing that gap with the Dragon VQS and RCMBE2 with him. Swings out now then, has a look on. Piotrowski gets himself into the lead of the race as they hit turn 1. That gives him a little bit of breathing room between himself and VQS. Does it though? Not anymore. Piotrowski goes a little bit wide through Paddock Hill and just allows VQS through, so VQS is now right on the tail of first place. Piotrowski third, RCMBE in second. Need to take that number off your car. RCMBE 2 in fourth. Just really playing havoc with my brain. He's having a look at Piotrowski on the exit of Graham Hill though. Side by side between these two into Surtees. He will take the lead through there. Too much speed though, Piotrowski unable to get back up the inside of him. So much down to fourth then. Dazzler fifth, Sven sixth, Aldo seventh, Chalk in eighth. Still tightly packed in little groups here, except Dazzler, who's having a little bit of a low race at the minute. There he is. Just between packs at the minute. So Janio still leads almost at the halfway point. He's run himself off circuit a little bit there. VQS carrying the speed up the hill into Druids. Janio slams it over to the apex, shuts that door on VQS. Nowhere for him to go now. Janio then, there you go. Mirror full on VQS. There's an RCMBE2 right behind him as well. There, just gets himself a wing up the inside of Janio. Now to the lead of race 3 here as well is VQS. CMBE2 able to slot his way through, a bit too far back. And then can Janio get this position back? VQS going very defensive into turn 1. Can Janio carry the speed up the hill? Closes up. Again, VQS goes defensive into Druids. Carries the speed out low, Janio. VQS knows exactly where to put that car. So Janio has managed to carry the speed. He's got a nose up the inside of VQS. RCMBE2, nowhere to go. A little bit of bump drafting going on, I think. Legal. Still leads then 6 minutes in. VQS has had a couple of attempts, but Janio's managed to get it back off him. Top 3 now. A little bit of a good fight here. Piotrowski trying his best to get back on the rear end of him. Just a second back. Any more battling between these 3, and that gap should come down. Dazzler in 5th then. Sven 6th. Chalk in 7th. Aldo in 8th. Treviso again sitting this last race out. Janio holds first. CMBE2 had a little look for second then up the inside of VQS into Druids. Piotrowski again just hanging on to the back of these 4.9 of a second. He will get a little bit of a tow now. Doesn't need to be making any mistakes though. little bit of a gap over RCMBE2. Not enough to drop him just yet. He's still just within slipstream range. QS has a tiny glimpse of the inside of Janio into turn 1. Okay, towards turn. Oh, Chomsky risks it through there. Still nowhere to go for VQS. Janio now hugging those lines. Again, VQS always carries good speed out of here. This is where we've got Janio on race 1. Little look all the way into Surtees. Great bit of driving by VQS, gets that Mini sideways through there. Around the outside of Janio, takes the lead of the race. Still not out of the fight yet. Falls a little bit further back now, so he loses that toe. Got a bit of a punch-up going on for 5th at the minute. Sven's having a look at Dazzler. It's the brand spanking new, freshly painted Mini versus the one that's been stuck in a field for 30 years. In 7th, and he's got himself onto the back end of that fight. Aldo, unfortunately, he runs himself off a paddock hill. He's built himself a sandcastle. He's fallen all the way back. It's going to be a great big 10 or 11 second gap by the time he's fully up to speed. Can Janio get that time back on VQS? Nearly 9 minutes in. 0.6 of a second. VQS has just dominated really tonight. He's led all 3 races. Looks like he's going to win all 3 races tonight as well. Didn't get pole, but still. Second laps. It's going to be on the limit to see whether they get another lap in here. It's all kicking off at the back of the field as well. We've got Dazzler, Sven and Chalk still fighting for 5th, 6th and 7th. Again, unfortunately Aldo's just got it run through Paddock Hill, so he's out of the equation for the time being unless one of these drivers decides to stick it in the bin. Anybody? 45 seconds. I don't think they will. It's about 10 seconds down the start finish straight, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be close 55. Oh, this is going to be it. It is going to be VQS that takes the win in race 3 here as well. Janio comes in 2nd again. RCMBE 3rd. Take that number off. Jonsky takes 4th. Sven takes 5th. Oh. Chalk takes 6th. Dazzler, what happened? Murderated at the end, ended up from 5th to 7th. Aldo comes across the line to take 8th, and yes, Treviso just comes out of the pits and he's going to take that final position. Yeah, he got nudged off early on around that final corner, and obviously by the time he'd fallen back, it'd be very difficult to get himself back involved in the race on hard tyres, so he just sat race 3 out, I think. So we've seen VQS overalls for all 3 race wins here tonight. You can't fault him. Fresh driver in the lobby. His debut race in the minis, and he smashed it. You lot better get, like I say, you better get your practice lobbies open. Do something like that, because VQS is smashing you. So there we go, round 2 of the DMK MrBean Trophy League, the Mini 65. Been racing here tonight. No problem, boys, no problem. Yes, so that's it from tonight. What have we got coming up? The final round of the MRC's Team Oliver Racing GT3 League coming up on Wednesday at 8:30. And then back Sunday night. I wasn't on last night. I was a bit ill, so didn't do last night's stream. But we're back Sunday night for the P1 boys and their tour of America as well. Things popping up in the chat. Great, calm smoke. Enjoyed that. Thanks, buddy. No problem, mate. No problem at all. Yeah, so Wednesday night 8:30 for the finals of the Team Oliver Racing. Sunday night for the P1 boys and their tour of America, and then back same time, same place, 8 o'clock Monday night for round 3 of the minis. Where did I say we were? Suzuka short course. Is that where I said we were? I think it was. Yep, Suzuka Indy. So the short course at Suzuka next week. Again, same time, same place, 8 o'clock. Make sure you come and check it out. But other than that, that's going to be it from me tonight. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, make sure you click that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. But most of all, what I want you to do, tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.